Sweet. Okay, nothing crashed. That's good. I'm just gonna check and see if it's working, because I'm also watching the stream on my other computer to make sure it works properly. Oh,
So a second or two like bandwidth.
something's happening. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I'm getting an advert on our own video. Come on. Okay, I don't think anyone's watching either way, so we can just start
What's
going.
that?
I don't think anyone's watching, so I can just take a second.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it recorded as well?
I'm gonna record it. Ah, there we go. Sweet. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so no one's watching yet, but there we are. You're there. I'm assuming people can hear you. But
Oh, do you have a link? I was telling
yeah,
my boss about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, send me a link. I'll check it out."
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link in Slack. There you go.
Cool.
Good. Okay. So yeah. So I figure what we do is I would let you drive for 90% of this.
Cool.
I almost thought I would be like, oh, okay, well, I'll let you like install everything and have you send me a VS Code link. But I was like, no, okay, it's fine. So I'll do the installing.
Right.
But then literally
Okay,
everything
cool.
else after that, you'll walk through it. And I feel like your job here is, as like, the mock person doing this workshop, but also having some insider knowledge, is to tell me, okay, I kind of feel like there's a gap in where you just jump to, or we're doing too much like coding in React. Like I only have an hour, so I don't want to focus too much on. I already kind of did a bit of styling, so we don't have to focus like too much on that.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of want to avoid, like, I feel like we have to do some. Let's write some React and let's write some Node. But really, I don't think we have to do, like, let me know if it's doing too much, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
Okay, sweet. So for people who are watching, or the YouTube audience, we'll be going through and setting up a Next.js project. And you can't see this, Matt, but I am on their documentation site.
Okay.
And then we're going to launch it, hopefully, fingers crossed, within like an hour and a half, using Now, which is Zeit's other like main product, not open source. I guess actually it might be open source. I don't know.
So
Anyway,
now it's like it's like the static sites, and they have some like tie-ins for lambdas and stuff like that, right? So you can write a serverless app on there.
yeah. Oh, someone says yo. I'm not sure who that is. Hello. Oh, and I have a new follower. I've never seen that animation before. Amazing. Um, it doesn't just do static sites. They do have like static caching, and you can host static sites with them, but they do a bunch of different Lambda stuff as well.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to try and shrink you up so that you're mostly on the screen at all times.
Okay.
There we go. And then we'll start off. Okay, you're going to disappear because I'm going to type. Oh, maybe I should just do this. Make my window smaller. Okay. Can you see my terminal, by the way?
What's that?
Can you see my terminal in VS Code? No, you can't.
I see Zeit Dash Workshop.
Yes, you do.
Like GitHub. Yeah. So I see that.
Okay, and you can see me type.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So I started this project. It's empty. There's nothing going on in here. So I really wanted to do from the beginning. So I use yarn init -y. Boom. So we just created a package.json file. Oops. Oh dear. And then really all we have to install React, DOM, and Next.js. That's not how you do it. I think it's like this. I think it's just Next. Oh my gosh, I'm like 2 seconds in having to consult the documentation. Oh, and now it's in mobile because the window's so small. Yes, it's just Next. Okay, good. I'm doing the right things. Okay, we'll install those. What? Oh, yeah. How did you not catch this for me, Matt?
Like yarn add?
Yeah, I didn't do an ad. Oh, now I'm just...
So I don't use yarn that much. I'm using it
fully on the NPM world.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now it's going to work. Add those things in. All right, and I feel like from here, I'm just going to let you drive.
Okay.
And I'll walk you through. This is like the workshop part of it. naturally, everyone will have to install this themselves and start a new project. But I kind of want to showcase, like, from zero, how quick it is to go into like a working production application. So that's why it's like literally from zero, not even package.json file, zero. So while this is installing, you can create a folder just in the root called pages. And this is probably one of my favorite features of Next.
So under inside like shop.
Yeah.
Pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there it is.
Sweet. Okay, and inside pages, if you could just create an index.js file.
Okay.
How do I go to my dashboard? How do I do things in... Oh, here we go. No? Oh, here we go. Wonderful. Can everyone hear Matt? Whoever's watching?
Hello. Hey, what's up?
I briefly tested this before. I can hear you.
Yeah.
No one's typing in the chat. Let's just assume for now that people can hear you. Okay. And you created index.js. Did you create sorry. Yeah, so you can create an index.js file inside of pages.
I tried, but didn't.
Oh? A little. I see. Okay. Renee's watching. We'll turn you up, Matt. Everyone's gonna see. This is gonna be. I think break everything. A little. Here we go.
So I'm not sure if it's just lag. There's a lag share, but I tried creating that file twice, and it's still installing. Or no, it's not.
It's finished installing. Oh, okay.
It's still like if you're refreshing everything now, it's probably because the node modules were getting like installed and
okay.
added to the live share, I guess.
Weird. Okay, I'll maybe I'll edit and see. Like, did you get that? Are you in? Do you see an index.js in there now?
No, wait 1 second. Going to refreshing. I've just been in next to the node modules right now. So it's probably that it installed it, but it's
it's syncing up with node modules. Brutal.
Yeah.
Static.
Yeah, so this might be a.
That's probably a reason. It's probably just. So Renee is saying there's static from you, but I'm assuming that's just Hangouts, Google Hangouts. Should have used Zoom.
Okay.
Oh well.
I should turn off my white noise machine though.
Ah yes, that would be ideal. Oh, I also realized on the stream that my video is fully covered with video. Just move you up there. There we go. That should be like a perfect space. Oh, do you see the index file yet?
No.
Oh my gosh, syncing these node modules, that's brutal. Well, wait, do you have anything, a good joke to tell on that? Oh, super lag?
What's still going? I clicked on your Twitch link.
Oh.
I think it was recording me, so how do I...
You gonna go watch yourself?
No, I actually want to see what you were seeing, what people are seeing.
I see.
This is actually the first time I see Twitch.
I see. Literally the same for me a couple days ago. So.
Interesting.
Oh, my wrist is a bit sore today. He's doing too much typing. I work. I have this like stand-up desk, and it has this like pull-out keyboard thing. But because of the cast having its like massive chunk like out of it like drags on the rest, the armrest. So now I have these like huge white marks just across like where I slide my wrist across the keyboard.
Oh no.
Do you see the stream? Do you see the comments?
I saw it.
Okay.
No.
Oh, you're not on there. Okay. Fine. Renee's just commenting.
How many people are watching?
5. Look at that. Hello, everyone who's watching. We're trying to wait for Matt's Node modules to sync up before we can actually do some typing.
Sweet.
Do we have?
So it's not a great live share demo,
No, it's not.
but NextJS is gonna be really cool.
That's right. So cool.
Okay, so now, yeah, my spinner is now next to the pages folder, so it's just grabbing the
Okay.
index comment.
Perfect.
And then modules are good.
Let's see how it handles. It's there. We have index.
It's loading.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Builder 613 is my boss, Rob.
Okay.
Check it out.
I see. Rob, hello. He says, hey, he was like the first one. Did a comment. I see 613. That makes sense. Do you...
I was gonna comment, but I don't have a Twitch account, so I couldn't comment.
I see.
So I have to create an account.
Really?
I'll work on this
brutal.
index file instead. So we're good. Okay, it's good. We're good.
Okay, you're in.
Good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start off by creating a default export. And we can just do an arrow function. I think that'd be the easiest.
Okay.
Can I move my
Just
cursor?
like a top level component?
Yeah, just exactly like a top level component.
Okay. I gotta import React.
You don't have to, actually. This is a crazy part.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So up.
Yeah, and then just put like an H1 tag in there or something. There we go.
There.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then just save that up. Perfect. All saved. This is it. Oh gosh, I'm just. Whoops. I still have like if I double click command, I get like typing. What is it called? Like speech to text. From when I'm like trying to write things without having to type. Okay, so if you just create this as a default export now.
Sure.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's happening. Things are typing. Oh, there we go.
Saving's a little slow.
Yes. Yeah, it's not surprising. I have to get a beefier. I thought I have 32 gigs of RAM in this computer. I thought that was for sure gonna be good. Okay, and then I'm gonna just do yarn start. Ooh, I didn't configure a yarn start. That would be good. Okay, in package.json, I'm just gonna add some scripts in.
Okay.
Maybe a little setup is necessary. To start next. I think that's what it is. Next dev. I'll have to look at these commands as well. Start. Nope. Go like build. This should probably be called dev. Next. Build. And then build, dev, and then this would be start, which would be next. Start. So dev runs like Webpack pod reloading modules nonsense. Build actually creates like a distribution directory that start runs off of. So we don't need them yet, but when we do a release, we'll need those.
Right.
Okay, so now I should be able to do yarn dev, and then this should be yes. Okay, and it automatically shared port 3000. So if you had to localhost 3000.
Oh, it actually opened.
It opened for you automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make you larger so that I can go localhost 3000. Boom. So let's go back to the code. Your face is not on the screen right now. With this amount of install, you have the first page, which is like just React you can write.
Yeah.
And it's creating like I guess it's a single page application. Is that not just crazy? Is that just like you wrote like 6 lines of something and then you have a website.
We need some content.
We do need some content. Okay, so what I figured, what I didn't tell you is that what I think we'll do is we'll create like a little Twitter clone so we can showcase a lot of what the features of Next are.
Okay.
Not a crazy, I think what we'll do is we'll just use like a file, we'll write a file to disk or something like that. Oh, you're right, Renee, it's probably the fan. Now that I'm thinking about that though, we may not be able to even write to a file. We might have to like put it in memory or something like that. So it'll get
Okay.
deleted every like 15 minutes or something, but that's fine. That's fine. So we'll start off by, I don't know, creating a home route, like an API route to get the like list of tweets. That'd be something. So inside of your pages directory, create a subdirectory called API.
Okay.
Oh, that was so fast.
This fast, yeah, this one's fast now.
Okay. And inside of that, I don't know what, like, I haven't been, this is all like serverless stuff and API, like you're creating individual API routes now inside of that API directory. And so I haven't necessarily been following like RESTful principles. So I feel like, name it whatever you want, but we need to get like a list of tweets, like a list of like the timeline, I guess. So create a file in API, something .js, like timeline.js maybe.
Okay, sure. So the idea here is the API, so the back end.
That's right.
Of this app lives in the pages directory.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Yeah, timeline.js. This is good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, and then inside of this, so now inside of here, this is just like a regular Express.js-ish style event handler, like a style route handler. And
so we're like, this is now we're diving into some Node.
That's right. Now we're into Node land. This is like server side.
Okay.
Yeah. Literally one folder change, and now it's all Node.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, I guess like NextJS is all by default server side rendered as well.
Yeah.
So there's some places where you can write Node inside of the front end components. It's bonkers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't know that's how we would be doing this part of it.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So every route handler is a bit different than I guess like the typical Express one, because this one is only top level. So you do like module.exports equals, and then we'll just use error handlers just to make it a bit cleaner. But really what we have is request and response, just like a Node handler.
Yeah.
I should say Node, a Express handler. And inside of here, we can do things like response dot end, or response.json, or dot text, like, I don't know, hello, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And
I'm a little fancy on the back end Node or Express stuff, so you have to
yeah. I can definitely help you with that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna close the server for a second because I forgot to install unfetch, but specifically isomorphic unfetch, just so we can. I didn't do the add again. I forgot add again. You are an add. I'm a web developer every day, I swear. Okay. Just so we can do fetch calls, whether you're on Node, like whether you're server-side rendering this, or you're on the front end. The isomorphic fetch should work either way. Okay.
Right. So this library, I guess it's server-side rendered, but like obviously when it hydrates, you'll be able to do regular fetches, but
exactly
through this static backend.
That's right.
Page.
That's right. Yeah. There you go. Brief description. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just start off now, I guess, by getting back into this app page.
Yeah.
And now, so what you typically could do would just be like write a shared components directory, which maybe we'll do that later for like to the Twitter card or whatever, so we can reuse that component. But for now, we're just going to stick in this page, which is a React component, but they're a little bit special in that we can add different functions to them, specifically one called and it's a static one. So if you're writing a class type of thing, this is a static property. Get initial props. That's not how we write functions. And it takes this funky like context variable, which gets a lot of stuff going on in it. And so this function actually runs, and I may have to look that up to clarify it. Don't take my word for this. It runs on the server side. Or run on the client side. So it runs on both.
Right.
And you have access to, if you're on the client side, server side, you have access to like the express, or not technically, but the node request and that kind of thing. So
Right.
what we want to do is say, like, to hydrate our page initially, we want to get that timeline. So when like a user comes to visit our site, we're shipping like a statically rendered version of the site with the initial populated tweets. So in here, we wanted to do like our fetch initial, what do we call it, timeline.
Yeah.
And then what we can do is we can return some sort of object out of this. And this object is actually props into this component.
Right. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just taking over, Matt. Import
That's
fetch.
fine. I'm learning as I go. This is cool.
Unfetch. Nope. Isomorphic. Isomorphic. Unfetch. And then what we should be able to do in here is just say hit the API/timeline route. And for now, it's just a get. Oh, make this async. This can handle awaits nicely. So const response from that. Await. Oops. And then let's just say that if response is okay from the server, we'll just, for now, console.log it because it's just returning text. So await response.text. Okay, if I didn't break anything, I feel like this is just the worst example of live coding ever because I didn't try any of this beforehand. We should be able to see on the server, actually, because this should technically run on the server.
Right.
Some code. So if you go and refresh. Oh, I got
So
a huge
can we
error.
hit this route?
Yeah, you could. You could say like localhost 3000/API/timeline. Internal server error. Res.text is not a function. That's a thing. Okay. Where's that end? There we go. Okay, it's res.end.
Okay. Right.
So I just hit it directly. API/timeline, and I see hello.
Oh, yeah, I got it too.
Sweet. But if I hit the index route, it says only absolute URLs are supported, which is gross because now we have to know.
Like 1.3000.
I guess we could just hard code it for now. That's probably a good idea. But if we want to like launch this production, we'll have to know what the like root URL would be and the protocol.
Right. I mean,
oops.
Yeah, I mean, you could pull. You'd be able to pull like your host or whatever, or I guess you can start it. You wouldn't store this as an environment variable or anything. I guess just pull from the host.
Yeah. For the front end and the back end, there's ways of getting the host URL. So and the protocols. Yeah, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So if you see down here on the server, I think everyone can see this. It says hello. Because we've hit this route, and it's happening on the back end, so we're getting this console log on the back end on this server. And then I don't know if it's actually happening if I just open up. No, it's not. So it's not even happening at all on the front end. I think it only happens on the front end when, like, if we had more than one page, we were navigating around, and this page got unloaded and then reloaded, like remounted. It would call this on the front end because it's like hydrated already. Yeah. Crazy, right? Okay, isn't that crazy? We have a full like back end, front end in like 2 folders. All right.
This is cool.
All right. So go.
My localhost 3000 is just hanging right now.
Oh, did it load now?
Returning with the array. In 1 second, I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Reopen.
Hey, Al. I see.
Okay, so I see hey Al, but I mean the spinner on the tab just keeps going, and looking for the console log.
Is he getting mad at you?
It just kind of looks like it's hanging. Like at the bottom of my browser, it says waiting.
It's probably because it's doing like hot module reload stuff, so it's probably waiting for like they have a
Yeah,
socket open and blah blah blah. All right,
yeah.
let's get
All
some
right,
data on
all
a
right. Let's
page.
keep going.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
in our timeline, like I was saying before, so these here will all be treated as serverless functions, as far as I'm aware.
right.
So
Yeah,
they'll get like booted up at some point, and they'll live for, I think what I was told was like 15 minutes. It'll live for before it's brought down. So we can cache a variable outside here of like tweets, and obviously it's gonna be a list, and then we can send that back and populate this as we go. That's not gonna work. This is 100% not gonna work because each individual route doesn't talk to each other. They don't share memory. Darn it. All right.
right.
Well, okay, that's fine. We'll have some default tweets in here, and then we'll copy it over into like a shared file. So when we add one on, you can see how it adds.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Perfect. Beautiful. It's gonna work perfectly. Okay, so yeah, so we have this. This route is super simple actually, because we can just send back the tweets. Like we don't need to do any
Yeah.
work. Obviously, we're not bothering with authentication and nonsense, but
Hmm.
I also don't know if I need to do like JSON here. Is that a function? Is it going to yell at me? Refresh. No, I got an empty array. Perfect. So this does work. Res.json. I have gRPC. Renee, what is that? I think the stream is like a full, I don't know, minutes I would say behind. Oh, but I think you can use that if you want. I don't even know what that is. gRPC. Oh, I don't want to Google it. Okay, moving on. So this can
Okay.
now be JSON, and we get some JSON back. And for
Yeah.
the simplicity, we'll just take this and put it in tweets, and breaking everything, and return it as props.
Yeah.
We'll just do it like this, I guess. Get tweets. Be an empty list. Not that this will ever fail, but just in case, we always return some amount of tweets. There we go. Perfect.
All right. So
Now,
sending this props and
that's right. So let's just like spit it out onto the page.
Okay. So that's an array. Right?
That's right. Yeah. While you're doing that,
An empty array.
I'm just gonna actually add some like data in here. Name.
All right. Are they gonna be there objects? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they're gonna be objects. Name.
All right.
Handle. Profile. Pic. What else we got? Content of the tweet. And then potential media. There we go. Sweet.
All right. So, what do we want to show here?
See, this is work I've already done. I've already done this work. It's all in like just basic HTMLs. But
Okay. Okay. So the styling, all that stuff. We're just gonna dump it in.
Yep.
Oh,
Boom.
sweet. Okay.
We'll leave the styling will be bad
I'm
for
gonna
now, but
undo some. Okay, so you just added in right there. Okay, cool.
yeah, I'm gonna grab some of these things and put them in that data structure. So the handle, I made all this up yesterday. It is not good. it's
Yeah.
all junk. This is the
Headline.
content, and then the image, the picture. Boom. Oh yeah, look at this happening. It's happening. What? How did you? Oh right. Well, of course, it's not fully happening because this is just hard coded. Brutal. Okay, that's fully populated now.
Right here. Right here. Okay. Good.
It's all sorted. It's all.
Yeah.
It is
There
working.
they are.
Sweet.
Let them go.
Except for these are all hard coded, so we can replace them with t dot profile pic. Well, that's both an e, isn't it? Profile pic. T dot name.
Do you have an identifier on these by chance? No.
Right. Just use their handles. They have to be unique.
Yeah, and I guess I'll use the handle.
Yeah, t dot handle. This stuff here. T dot content. And this one, because I limited media to like only one t dot media, only one thing as opposed to the why aren't images working? What's happening? Place kitten, HTTP. What's going on?
It just refreshed for me, and the images are there. So
Oh.
it's
Oh yeah,
fine.
okay. If I refresh it, they're there. That's odd. Weird. Okay, there we go. So now this is all coming from the back end. And, I mean, it's blazing fast anyways, but it's like super blazing fast because it's all server-side rendered. Which is pretty sweet. Boom. I mean, I feel like that's like the entire demo of Next, but obviously we'll do a bit more than that. Because
okay, cool, we're done.
Well, that's it. You put some pages, we copy and pasted some stuff, and we just pasted it up. We're finished. But we guess let me just take a look at the documentation because I feel like we're missing. We're gonna do some styling, which is one thing that we want to include. Right, we want to be able to like visit a specific tweet. That'll be a thing we want to do. That's like a routing. That deals with routing. And then we want to do some stuff like dealing with likes and that kind of sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that. I'm just gonna double this tweet so we have at least 2 tweets to deal with. Happy Face. And his name, Happy Face's name is, I don't know, banana. An emoji of a banana.
Happy Face banana.
I am so bad at names. There we go. Are you seeing that render? Is that what you're... Is it rendering? Refresh. There we go. They have the same tweet, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, okay. That's it.
Okay, awesome. Let's get the CSS working, and maybe it'd be better to take this and make it a component, so that we don't have this massive nonsense inside of the app page.
All right. Quick question.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing the same content. I'm seeing the old content and the new one.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense, right? So far, that's expected.
So we have like, hey all. That what you mean by old content?
Yeah. I just checked out your Twitch feed there, so I see what you see. But why do we see like hey all with the one cat Fred, and then like seems like there are more? Am I missing something? There's more pictures here than we have.
There's more pictures.
Am I just...
Refresh.
Yeah. So how many images? You have 2 images.
I have 4 images
per post.
2 images per post. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. No, right.
Yeah, I fully just duplicated that. What should we call it? Duplicated that structure. Yeah.
Right.
So that I just don't know.
Okay.
I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy, Matt, to come up with real content like this. Ugh, I thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just go and actually scrape Twitter for some things. No, forget it. It's too much work.
So this like place kitten, is that like this is just random images?
It's supposed to be random. I struggled with this last night too. Apparently, it's
Right.
fixed images unless you give it some sort of unique value in the query. But then I feel like I
Okay.
couldn't get it that working either.
Maybe
So,
that's what threw me off is because I was seeing the same images twice. One
uh,
where like something did like the first render get cached or there's something weird there.
I see. No,
Like,
no, no. It's yeah.
weird, weird.
That's me not being
Okay.
able to figure out the internet very well. Okay, so I guess another feature. I guess it's a feature. I never really understood this as a feature, but this is just like a React project. So we
Right.
can, although we have these pages and they're individual, like actual pages that render, we can have like shared components between them by just
Yeah.
creating like a directory somewhere and writing React like you normally would.
Yeah. So we can create like create our layout, like header, footer, navigation
Yeah,
stuff outside
yeah,
of this and just share it across, right?
yeah. And there's actually uh, there's two special pages you can deal with. One's called underscore document, and one's called underscore app, and they allow you
Okay.
to handle a bit more of that repeats kind of coding. There's some of those special things as well, but if you wanted to inject like your Google scripts or something like that
Right.
into like a React application, you can just do it with underscore app, just modifying the underscore app. Or if you wanted to
Okay.
have like every page, you wanted to have a certain header and a certain footer, no matter what page it is, you would modify the underscore document.
Okay.
And so you wouldn't have to copy and paste it all around. Maybe we'll deal with that. I'm not sure. I think like it's not super important. The details, like I haven't found a huge amount of value in there. If you're using styled components, you have to use it because their server
Right.
side
Yeah.
rendering has to do some stuff, and so you have to deal with it there. But anyway, um, so yeah, but we can create those components outside of these directories and share them between them.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and create like a components or a lib, or I don't know how people do this sort of thing. Components directory.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
And then we can
Okay.
create I don't know, a tweet component.
Sweet. Okay.
Sweet.
Good. All right.
And then we'll just start, I guess, by copying and pasting this massive mess of HTML into there. So this one is
Okay.
like properly React. So you have to import React in here.
Okay. And so just inherently any of the JS files in the pages directory will just get React
That's right.
because of the way that the server-side rendering does it.
Yeah,
But okay. So
yeah,
now we were just making like plain old components, so
that's
we have to
right.
import React.
That's right. Yeah, and I mean, I
Okay.
guess
Great.
if you wanted to do like state management or something like that inside of
Great.
uh, your like pages, you'd have to import React for that case. But other than that, it's by
Okay.
default it's in
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So
All
then
right. Cool.
obviously we can just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I just
Are we both writing the same thing?
yeah, and I just fully like you started typing and I deleted
All
it. Oh
right. All
no.
right.
Go ahead. I'm off.
Okay.
I'm not typing
Yeah.
anymore. I replaced your thing.
All right. So we have the div here, but we want
Here,
to
I copied it already,
grab it
so
all from there.
I'll just
Okay,
paste
you
it.
got it. You do that part.
Boom. I guess we can just pull out these props here. Handle,
Yeah.
handle. Name. That profile
Your typing's
pic.
not too bad.
It's getting a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah.
This week has been the best out of all of them, where I'm like mostly functioning. The problem is that I have to have my arm like super high in the air to like, because I can't bend my wrist, so I have to like position my hand super weird. So it's actually these three fingers that I have
And
pretty
you're
good.
saying backspace is a huge pain in the butt, right?
Yeah, because I have to like move to hit it with one finger.
So did you find like over the last few weeks that your typing accuracy just got way better because you hit or rely on backspace as much?
No, it's the complete opposite. It's been so bad because I'm having to like re-feel out the keyboard on that side, so I'm like just messing up keys all over the place. Oh, it's bad. Content, media. Okay, and then let's get rid of this T dot stuff. We don't need the key anymore.
Start at the other end here.
Boom. Ah!
Oh, my bad.
No worries. There we go. Okay. So now we can reuse this. Still no styling, but we'll just pop it in here in the index pages. So you can just go ahead and import data components. This you might need React for. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So anytime you're not doing plain HTML, you might need React with it?
Maybe. I honestly haven't tried it. So
Okay.
First time for me.
So we're going up one.
Components, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna head over. Did it break yet? No, didn't break yet. Okay, let's use it. So we'll keep the key there, and just change that to this. And well, of course that broke it, but this.
Oh yeah, hand off there.
Oh, we should probably pass in. I guess I just spread it in.
Yeah.
Just for cheatsies. Tweet. Doesn't contain a default export. Oh, that would be important to do.
Oh yeah.
Export. Profile pic is not defined.
There you go.
I spelled profile pic wrong.
No.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Beautiful.
So now it's using our tweet component, and then theoretically, if we had more than one page, which we will, we can reuse this component like any React components. So there's no need now to have like a separate library for your components. You can just do it because it's kind of separate in here as well. Does that make sense? Is that a weird thing to say?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, okay. It's the mono repo is strong with this like model, because you can also toss in like proper NextJS lambdas like serverless functions, not Next rather,
right,
but now serverless functions in here too. Okay, so we have this, we have the index, we're rendering Twitter cards, styling. Now my go-to is style components, as you know, Matt.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was too much work, and one of the benefits of Next is that they bundle in this like style JSX style stuff, style JSX.
Right.
I'm looking at the docs right now because I've literally never used it before, so I figured we'd give it a try. I've already pre-written the styles for this, so we'll keep all the class names on there, and I guess it's like the top, like a. I don't know where to put this.
Do you drop in like is it a snippet of CSS, or like do we create a CSS file and import it, or
it looks like it's just CSS in here, like this, like a string.
Oh, like a style. You just a style tag and that's it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
We probably need like a fragment here.
Yes.
I don't know where to. Again, first time for me using this as well. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me just grab that CSS. And I was using Sass, so I had to do a compiled CSS. This is gonna be a lot. By the way, this is like super bad. Here it goes. Big paste.
Oof.
There we go.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
No, it's so long.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take this body. So they have like a global one as well, so I'm gonna take that body stuff out. That just like make it look better automatically? No. Yeah. None of those styles are applied. Okay.
Oh yeah, I would the code looks fine, I guess. But, no, it hasn't used it.
What? Why not? I feel like that should just work. What did I do wrong? Documentation help me. Just you put We bundle it. I've never used this before. Please see the documentation. Styled JSX.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we have it. So do we need next-CSS?
No,
Is that a thing?
we do not.
Okay.
We do not.
Okay.
That is a way though to add like external CSS files. So there's a webpack like built into this, and you can modify the webpack, sort of like you would a Babel config file, which there's also built into this, and you can also modify it with a next config file. And
Right.
if you had external CSS files, you can just add like next. The team who wrote next wrote a package for it, and you can just add on like a mix-in, I guess you would call it.
Right.
But it's just a function that modifies your webpack file for you.
Okay.
But you don't need
How
that.
about we try? I'm just having a quick look at on the Next.js site with features like level up your styles of CSS and JS. The
Okay.
examples they have here,
Yeah,
the fragment should be fine, but they have the style tag under the rest of the
I
content.
see. It's also I see that on the like this package's website as well, or the npm package. Let's try that. If that fixes it, I'm gonna cry. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Does it make sense? Did it work? Did it fix it? No.
No. No.
What's going on? Can I not include that styling like inside of a component? It has to be in the pages. That could probably be a thing.
That might be it, actually.
I'm gonna toss this style JSX. I'm gonna put the global one in here. How do I do the global one? This just says global on it. Global. I'm gonna toss these ones. Boom. Ah, that's the whole thing again. Darn it! I got rid of. Ugh. Hold on, I gotta copy and paste some some more styles. Global. This should turn the background purple. Is the background purple? It is! The background's purple. Oh no. It looks like it has to be, I think it looks like it has to be inside of the page. So we can't embed this JSX in a component.
That makes sense. But I mean, at the same time, because we're dealing with a component for the tweets,
Yeah.
we should just be able to import the CSS file directly there, right?
I don't know.
Because now we're dealing with like just a regular React app, or like a hydrated component, right?
I have no idea. It's still not working. Why isn't it working? Someone help me.
Let's,
What's going on? Oh, this is what happens when you use new technologies before testing it out. Styled, and then class
I
names.
see the
Oh my gosh, that's what it is. Oh, how did I not notice? Nothing's screaming at me. I use the class keyword. Oh,
yeah,
class name. I'm sure
yeah.
if I inspected the elements, it would be. But that didn't fix it. What? Inspect. I'm going in. I'm inspecting. Okay. Class card. Card. So the classes are there.
Yeah.
Is the style in there? The style looks like it's in there. Card. Dot. Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, so the styles all get dropped into the head.
Yeah, but it has like a. Oh, I guess because it's inside of that div, so that's why it has like a. But it seems like it's there. Although it seems a little bit backwards. Do I need to pass like class name here? Do I need to have that in there? I'm just trying things like here on the right.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I wouldn't guess so either. Nope, not working. Okay. Why? Why? And look at the documentation again.
I'm expecting it quick to see if it's fine with me.
The above example is just a p tag.
Um,
P tag.
So it does like in the class name, in the class definitions at the top, it adds
Yeah, I saw that.
the I the other class, the JSX dash whatever generated ID,
Yeah,
but the card doesn't have that.
it doesn't have that.
Right, so it's a child of looking for dot card dot JSX dash one of these numbers.
I'm not sure how to get that on there
Mm.
though. Only this person
Okay,
has the
so
style. Targeting the root.
right, so the idea I think here is that we're applying styles or class names to a component within that we're using inside of the page, but isn't built in that page, right?
Right.
So if you look at if you look at the code, so like the main top level div has that JSX dash 165 whatever ID, but so does the H1. So I can assume that every bit of HTML that is defined inside the page gets that ID or that class name.
That's
Like
weird.
every single element would likely do that, but the cards did not.
I bet you we actually need to put this. Like I agree with. Like I think you're right. Like this can't be in here because it's nested deeper in the tree. So this styling does actually have to go in here. Let's toss a div around it because I don't know. But we didn't have the actual class names before.
Right.
It was the like class keyword. So I wonder if we do. Oh dear. This.
I'm just gonna put that in there. You want to use a fragment or just a div?
I tossed fragment in there. Do you not see the fragment?
I see part of it.
My server's exploding.
I see the start of the fragment. There's some lag on there. So I got rid of the closing div that was above the style
I think
JSX.
we need that though.
Yeah, I was gonna just wrap like move it down. I wasn't gonna wrap it in the fragment,
I see. I see.
but that it's fine. I'll just re-add it.
Oh, I
And
already re-added it. No, we have too many.
okay.
Just take this one away. There we go. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now it works. Now the styles are there.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof. Oh my goodness.
So why didn't this work the first time?
Because I think we didn't catch the class name situation.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So we moved it into the global into the at the page level before
Yeah.
figuring out that class was not class name.
That's right.
All right, good.
What do you think of my
All right, well,
my tweet styling? Honest opinions, Matt. Give me your honest opinions.
It's a good demo. It's a great demo. I mean, you're not. There's no copyright infringement here.
Definitely not.
You're not stealing from anybody. It's good, right? It's starting to like really coming out on me. I like that.
This is why I'm not a designer. I thought it worked good, like decent yesterday. It looked fine. Okay, I'm just gonna add some.
Good.
I'm just gonna add a style on here so that we get some like margin between them. Card colons. Is it 2 colons? First child. Boom. Margin. Gosh, I'm lying. I'm just lying. Just do them all. Do them all. I don't care about that. Margin bottom. 2 rems. There we go. This is exactly what it looks like.
One single colon. It's a single colon, I think.
Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh well, I gave up on it anyway. Okay, sweet. Woof! Oh my gosh. I think I'm just wasted. Like this. That was it. That was like that JSX stuff. That style took too much out of me.
Okay.
So now that we have that, I guess the next piece is I think it's a bit late. This is probably a good amount to get. So let's just do like a quick recap before tomorrow. We'll do um, like adding actions and just doing a few more like API requests, that sort of thing, so we can deal with adding a new tweet or like going to like an individual tweet page.
Yeah, yeah, like your routing and your API call sounds like that would be a lot of the value proposition of the
That's right.
server-side render stuff, right?
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
very cool. Very
So we covered creating API things, routes, whatever they're called, things, creating pages ish, which we'll see like more power of that tomorrow, and then we saw like it bundled with that style stuff, style JSX, and then you can have a components directory for shared components. I feel like that covers a bit. Hopefully, it covers some of what they do.
yeah, it's good. I mean, so far, um, we haven't really looked at like the performance part, so we can look at that tomorrow too.
That's true. We can just, I mean, like, not that this app is super going to be a testing of that, but you can run
Yeah.
console. Where's that audits? There it is. It's from the desktop version. It also has like a bunch of plugins to make it a progressive web app as well, that kind of stuff. That manipulates like your Webpack file. But I think like there's no. This is supposed to be like an introduction, I think, to Next,
Right.
and then how we launch it with Now, which will be tomorrow. Which again, like the whole, if I gave you a lot of this code up front, and you and I were discovering part of it, it would take like literally, I don't know, half an hour at most. At most.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because like you can just open up this pages directory and create a new file, and then boom, there you are. And you type 3 words on the command line, and boom, it's live.
Yeah, yeah. But like I think as soon as we start adding any new pages in the routing and stuff, like it'll be really, really apparent
Yeah,
how awesome this is and how like you can build out like an interactive site where you're routing between like your tweets and profiles and all this stuff. And the server-side render part where at any given time you'd like just hit the URL and you're not going through the router on the first load, right? Because
Yep.
it's server-side rendered.
That's right.
And it's server-side rendered on demand, right?
They do have edge caching.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, not super familiar with how that works. But I know that you can opt into edge caching to cache it.
Okay. And that part of it is through now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Which it's hard to showcase all of that. I mean, we can look at the documentation and we can talk about it, but
Yeah.
some of the big benefits come from there. Because the other thing you can do with this is like crazy nonsense, but every single page, because it's kind of like its own separate thing, you can have now serve each one as a serverless function.
Right.
So you get this like crazy optimization of like each page has its own container to like run it and its own power to use, and if like it saves you so much rendering time and like boot up time and then cost as well, because you're only ever booting the pages that people are visiting. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's React, and it's like 2 seconds to get it going. Did it run the
Yeah.
actual? Oh, ooh, wow. I ran Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Performance exploded.
No, something went wrong.
Yeah, that's what it says. Something went wrong.
You know what? I ran a Lighthouse audit on a different page either earlier today or like late last night, and I got the same problem. I'm not sure if it's something like there.
Okay, that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick before we head off to bed. That's what I'm doing anyways. Okay, a bit of feedback. Obviously, this was not. This is a very loose structure, and I'm running this through you the first time to kind of form the presentation. But
Yeah.
hello, Ailing ITS. These names are not. Hello. I don't know who you are. Good, that's really cool. um, what was I saying? Yeah, this is the first time. Obviously, I'm not going to follow this exact structure. It's a bit more formed because we're running through it the first time. But are there
Right.
things that we did here that would be better if I had done beforehand?
Um, maybe the tweets component and the styling for that because I mean it's just the regular component. So when we built out the initial index page,
Mm-hmm.
it was good and that was showing how quick it's gonna come up on your screen and how it's server-side rendered. Um, if you don't want to dive too much into React or like the CSS part, uh, maybe like explaining that style tag thing with the JSX was like I've never seen that pattern, so like that it was good to show that part.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, in terms of because when you're doing the workshop, you have sorry, you have like an hour,
I have
right?
an hour. Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, aside from the install time, we had quite a bit of lag when we were first getting going,
yeah,
and you know, messing around with the CSS part, like
yeah,
8 to 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, like you already had the CSS written and like the map for the tweet and everything. So you know what, to be honest, I think it was good.
right. Okay.
We didn't like rabbit hole too much, other than like when we got tripped up on something, not writing out like you know 200 lines of component code. We didn't have to worry about that. So this is good. I think it's good,
Okay.
and I guess it depends on the audience. Depends on how well the people do in the workshop know React already.
That would be the assumption, anyways, is that people who are remotely interested in this meetup are probably people who know React already.
Yeah, yeah, like a beginner React developer might start confusing which part is just core React and which parts are what Next.js is offering
Yeah.
and why it's so awesome. But
Should I
yeah,
do
I mean,
slides?
um, maybe like a quick intro
Okay.
to what Next.js is. Like I knew like about the server-side rendering part and the fact that it's on demand and some of that stuff without knowing how to code or like how it's implemented. Because we read up on it a few times, but
Right.
without actually trying it. But maybe like a quick intro to like why would we even try Next.js?
Okay. 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 I've been thinking
Something
about that
like
as
that,
well because
maybe.
I've wanted to like apply. I wanted to apply to do. Oh, something happened. I heard a noise. I don't know what that was. There was a noise. Um,
Oh, someone's not following.
is that what happened? How am I not seeing that?
You might have seen it a few minutes ago.
I see. Okay.
Good try anyway.
um, yeah, I was thinking about like applying to a conference, a React conference, and doing a talk on Next because it's like, oh, awesome!
Right.
Ailing did it. Wonderful. He's
Yes.
follower. Woo! I love that. Oh, I have so many questions just running through my head. That's fine. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
uh, let me run it by you first. What I think like the value proposition of Next is
Right.
beyond the fact that now I feel like is optimized for Next. So I think there's a lot of benefits that come like along with now specifically.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Next.js, which is I call React based, for me is about the ability to prototype something super quick. Like you are in
Right.
there running React components you probably already have, or borrowing from like React libraries that already exist, and then being able to write in like one file system, one directory with like very minimal configuration, full API routes, like full RESTful things,
Yeah.
like super fast. One project, spin it up and go. Like 3 dependencies. That's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest piece. Obviously, again, like now adds a lot of value to it as well, because for like sustainability and like running larger websites and larger apps through it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so intro slides at the very beginning describing why would I even use this stuff, as opposed to, I don't know, create a React app or something like
Yeah. Like you know me, I'm already a huge fan of static generated sites, like
that.
for other maybe
Yeah,
semi-competing technologies,
yeah,
but either way, like server-side render, like the biggest thing between just like a regular create React app application
yeah.
or any of the server-side rendered React stuff you can do is like a lot of it is that SEO and the performance
Mm,
um, stuff like that. SEO is probably one of the bigger ones. Like
yeah.
performance is great. Assuming Lighthouse isn't completely dead wrong today, but the SEO part and the idea that crawlers will be able to find any of your stuff, that you can direct link to any page, that you'd be able to share any page,
Right.
right? Any page within your app, you can share it on Facebook, and it's not like just you know going through a JS rendered page,
Right.
but it's statically generated,
Yeah.
on demand or not, but it's there,
Yeah.
and like you can cache it. So like accessibility for uh, like the access for people all over the world, depending on how you've hosted your stuff on now. If it's on the edge all over,
Yeah.
like it's crazy fast. So
Oh yeah.
like in terms of web sustainability
Yeah.
and like just having people not waiting on their phones or anywhere where they have slow connections should be way better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I host one of my sites on there, and the response time is always under a second to load it up.
Yeah.
And like it's a
Yeah.
React app, but there's nothing crazy interactive on it, so it's literally running like as a like static website, because there's no need to hydrate it really.
Yeah. And like especially with the static site, the server side render part, you get like this huge the benefit of that first meaningful paint
That's right.
being so fast,
Yeah.
so that let's say you were running something a little bit heavy on your API calls to load like your tweets, for example.
Yeah.
Like your users would see your layout, they'd see like your nav bar and your footer, like they'd see the
Yeah.
guts of your page almost instantly.
Yeah.
So that buys you some of that time, especially on mobile, where fractions of a second can cost you know 1,000 people's attention
That's
span to
right.
just be like, fuck this. I mean, sorry.
That's fine.
Goodness.
Yeah. Ailing's asking a question. He wants to know what language, like what programming languages do we know? Are you talking about like which ones we were using now, or in general, just what programming languages we know? He also wrote that he mostly speaks Spanish.
Okay.
So it might take a while to respond.
Yeah.
Do you think I should include? I keep saying he, they, he or she. I'm not. I don't know. They. Do you think that I should? So in order to demonstrate like the API routes, the profile was a really good idea.
Right.
Do you think I should like preload or like pre-do the React for a profile page? Like we don't have to do that again. Like
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Like pretty anything that is like if you have to write complex components like with styles, maybe you do them ahead of time.
okay,
Um. That's not what you're teaching right now.
yeah,
You're teaching how to do NextJS.
okay,
Um, yeah, because that could easily be like 15, 20 minutes.
actually,
If you're trying to style it well or whatever. I mean,
is that
at
worth
least
it? Like, should I not even care about styling it at all? Like, should I just toss in like, and now you're on a profile page? Like,
um, I think it doesn't have to be like super high def or high def, not high fidelity or like a lot of polish, but um, it makes the demo more relatable if
right?
it's something like, like it's not perfect, but I could see myself writing an app like this
Okay,
over like just if it's white with black text,
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, cool. But what if I want to write something like real?
Right. Okay.
It's like the amount that you have for the tweets, I think is good.
All right. Unfortunately,
Because I
for you tomorrow, you're gonna have to write that.
sounds good. That's no problem.
You'll have to suffer through the attempt at me styling something, which took for me to write that card yesterday. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was just I was like going slower and trying to talk it through because I was live streaming it as well, but
yeah.
I was. It took me an hour. Like it took me an hour to put that together. So, yeah, my
Cool. Well, if you have an idea what I can help style it as well if you
sweet.
want me to type.
Just really briefly for the people who kind of did, weren't necessarily watching the whole time. Um, we created a really quick, super quick app. It's kind of a Twitter clone. Yeah. So, Ailing, we are using JavaScript. We are writing React. So I don't know if you've seen that before or not, or maybe you've heard of it. And we're using specifically a framework called NextJS. And I'll tweet this out afterwards as well, so that you can go and like take a look at the code. I'll push the code to GitHub the way it is, so you can take a look at the code. I'm gonna put this video on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and watch it again. Not that any of this is like maybe super informative, but yeah. So we did like this little Twitter clone with Next.js. We created this landing page, which this is the landing page here. We took a look at some of the features of Next.js, like get initial props, and the API, sending out this API, which is just a node handler, all in JavaScript, of course, and then created that tweet component that can be shared. Hopefully, tomorrow we'll do like clicking on a tweet and viewing one tweet, so we can actually share that component.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I think that went pretty well.
So
Like,
one question. So like we're gonna be able to read the tweets and we're gonna have routes for individual tweets.
uh, yes. Routes
So
for
like
yes.
so there will be a specific route per tweet,
Yeah.
and then you'd be able to server side render the individual tweet. So then, like you said, you'd be able to share a tweet with
That
its
that
generated URL to like Facebook or something if you want
that
to.
should be the idea. Yes.
Awesome. Cool.
And then now you're getting to like because we're that's like a more dynamic route, and I'm not 100% sure how they do server side rendering on dynamic routes.
Okay.
It may not be possible because you don't know the content, but maybe they. I don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
Maybe they do it
Right.
like
Right.
they
Right.
could do it on the fly, right? Like if you requested it, they could then like compile it and then send you static HTML and then hydrate it, so that
Yeah.
maybe like that's faster than shipping all the JavaScript over right away. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I guess it depends on if we would be pulling the tweets themselves in the initial prompts at the top level, maybe.
Right.
Because you'd be getting all the tweets uh, on the server before I sent it out.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow. How that how that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Ailing wants to
Awesome.
know one more thing before we end the stream. Um, if we recommend a course for JavaScript. Matt, do you recommend any courses for JavaScript?
There is one that I had redone a while ago, just
Okay.
as a big refresher. And it was like Anthony, I forget his last name, but it was on Udemy.
Okay. Udemy.
Um, it was like a JavaScript, like understanding the weird parts or something like that. And that
Under.
one,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Understanding the weird parts.
it was good for someone who's been doing JavaScript for a long time, but kind of skimmed over some of the nuances and is that the one at the top? I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
Anthony
yeah.
Alessia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. Um, Yeah, I find JavaScript is one of those languages that it's like it's super easy to get going,
Yeah.
but you don't always, unless you had to, try to wrap your head around like how closures work and
Mm,
like hoisting and what's really happening under the hood.
right.
That you're just like, it works.
Yeah.
I can make an array an object and add extra variables into it, and like nothing, it's not strongly typed, so you just kind of do anything you want.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, a lot of books don't really explain why you can do that
Right.
or what's really happening. I found this course was pretty awesome.
Okay. Okay. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
My recommendation, so I haven't seen this one, but I'll take Matt's word for it. Because I have a book that's kind of like that, understanding the
Okay.
weird parts, something like that. That's really good. But for complete beginners, I just found this video. It's 3.5 hours by Freed Code Camp,
Okay.
and it goes through like, I'm not gonna play it because I'm gonna get the audio in the stream. Um, I guess I can mute it, and then play it. It goes through like every single type of variable, and it's a little bit out of date. Like we don't really use var
Okay.
too much anymore, but it
Right.
walks you through really slowly, like declaring variables, doing addition, and I think this one is like remainders. Yeah, so it's like modulus, every operator, how to write functions, all in this video.
Okay.
So
So
for
I mean, this is not just um, so this is like also a big intro to programming in general.
this one, it seems like
Like,
it. Yeah, so I'm not
yeah.
sure where ailing you are in terms of like what languages you've worked with before. If this is like your introduction to programming, this one works either way though. It'll go through like this thing, compound assignment with, I don't even know what that is. Is that like adding a plus? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know that channel. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this video is really
Yeah.
good. Um, I don't know if I hold on. I can send it to you. Just give me a second. I have to send it to myself on my phone because that's where I'm. Do you want the link to video? Because this will save me like some time. Without having to open Slack and like message myself. Go to a new tab. How do I see the tabs that I'm on? Forget it. I'm
On
sorry.
your phone?
Just look up this thing. JavaScript tutorials for beginners, or learn JavaScript, and that's a really good one to start with.
Yeah. Yeah. That other weird parts one is like if you want to get right to the like the bare bones, like the guts of JavaScript is
Mm,
different. I get different things there. If you want to understand everything under the hood, it's good. But if you just want to get going and you want to learn programming in general, also this looks a lot better.
you're very welcome. He says thank you. They say thank you. Good.
Awesome.
Okay. Wow, I like this doing that. That was fun. This is why I want that streaming of like people asking questions and us being able to answer them as developers in the field. Just waving my arms around like a lunatic. I'll do that more often. Gotta get
Yeah.
popular though. I get more than my 6 followers.
Yeah. I found because whenever I do a talk for one of the like our React meetups, um, I do a test run at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I always change my presentation
Right.
because I see where like people's faces or like eyes are glossing over because they're like, either they're bored or I went too fast or I skipped some parts and like really I let people interrupt me and ask questions
Right.
during the presentation to say like
Right.
stop right there, you should have said this earlier because I'm asking you.
Yeah. 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 And that's a good idea too. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna.
it's hard to put yourself in like the position of somebody learning something from the start
That's
when
true.
you know it. It's
You have all the assumptions.
yeah, like you forget the parts that you got stuck on, um, and all that. So this is great. I really like this format.
Yeah. And like I feel like it's gonna be useful now for people as well, doing it before.
Yeah.
I am gonna do because I feel like I have so many talks that and going to a meetup is a lot of work. So I'm just gonna start live streaming like some tech talks just to people who listen. So Ailing, I'll just follow me on Twitter, or I guess you're following me now on Twitch, but I will tweet out when I'm going to live stream a tech talk, and I'm planning on doing some on like HTML and CSS. So like some pretty introductory ones. I'm totally okay with doing introduction to JavaScript as well, if you want to do that. Anyway, cool. Well, thank you all 4 people, which I know 2 of them are you and I, Matt. So all 2 people who are here.
Like Renee.
I don't even know if Renee's still there. She's probably like, no, these guys are just talking for too long. If your boss's name's Rob,
yeah.
If Rob has been listening this whole time, I feel like I owe him something. Like yes. Or he just put it on mute or something. I don't know.
It's like emotional support.
That's right. Okay, I can never end the stream nicely, so I'm just gonna try ending the stream. You will not disappear, Matt, but thank you everyone for watching. Oh gosh, yeah, here we go.
All right.
Press there. See you. All right.